The girl took just one bite of a steamed bun, and it made the billionaire CEO tear up with craving. Seeing the CEO fighting over food with a child, the assistant rushed over to stop him, but the CEO took a bite anyway, then showed a look like he had never tasted anything so good. He told the little girl, no matter how many buns her family had, he'd buy them all at $10,000 each. It turned out the CEO had a strange illness since childhood. If he ate vegetables with any pesticide residue, his whole body would break out in rashes and itch terribly, so he had to eat only the purest organic produce. But in such a developed world, completely avoiding pesticides was nearly impossible. This made the CEO extremely frustrated, until one day, a little girl showed up, handing him a bunch of vegetables, claiming they were completely clean. The CEO thought she was joking, but the moment he sniffed them, he froze. The scent was so pure it stunned him. He immediately recognized them as a treasure, and offered to buy them at a high price. But to his surprise, the girl didn't want money. She just wanted to trade her vegetables for food. The CEO was puzzled, but still agreed cheerfully, and told her to pick whatever she wanted from the house. What he didn't know was that the girl had time traveled from an era of famine. She came from the 1980s when food was scarce. Her cruel stepmother tried to drown her, just to save food, and her weak father didn't dare say a word. As her life hung by a thread, a woman from a nearby village saw what was happening, and rescued her. When the woman learned the truth, she was furious, and immediately said she would raise the girl herself. But this decision sparked resistance from her own family. After all, it was a famine. They were barely feeding themselves. Her pregnant sister-in-law especially wanted to throw the girl out. What they didn't know was that the girl was no ordinary child. She had the power to travel through time since birth. To ease the woman's burden, she took a basket of wild vegetables and traveled to the modern world, where she happened to meet the CEO shopping for produce. Once he confirmed there were no pesticides on her vegetables, he offered to let her take any food she wanted from his house. As she was packing, the girl discovered something incredible. Her basket could hold an unlimited amount, so she took a mountain of food and traveled back to the 1980s. At that moment, the grandmother and the woman thought she had gone missing. They were worried sick, but then the girl walked through the door. The grandmother hugged her immediately, saying she must be starving after a day without food, and told the woman to cook quickly. But just then, their stingy second aunt showed up, insisting no food should be given to an outsider, saying that every bite the girl ate was one less bite for her unborn baby. She mocked the girl, calling her a child even her own father didn't want. Those words cut deep. The grandmother took off her bracelet, saying she'd pawn it if she had to, but she was going to raise this child. The girl stopped them, and turned around, pulling vegetables from her basket one after another, until the whole table was filled. Everyone was stunned, because in a famine, even selling their whole family couldn't buy this much food. That night, they had a full meal with 8 dishes and 1 soup. Everyone was beaming with joy, and the girl put the only chicken drumstick into the second aunt's bowl, saying the baby needed the nutrition. Remembering all the awful things she'd said earlier, the second aunt was filled with shame. Meanwhile, the stepmother who abandoned the girl was also eating, staring at the leftover scraps in her bowl. Her son refused to eat any of it. Just then, the rich smell of meat wafted through the air. She couldn't help but follow the aroma with her son, and soon arrived at the woman's house.